How many times have you said these things? I'll do it tomorrow. Just one more episode. I work best under pressure. Do tomorrow, do tomorrow. We all probably had faced this issue once or many times in our lives. In fact, according to American Psychological Association, about 80 to 95% of college students procrastinate. So why is procrastination so common and why is it so hard to overcome? Procrastination has been happening for centuries and goes back to Greek philosophers such as Aristotle, who associated with the term akrasia. The term simply means procrastination or lack of self-control. There is also a constant battle in our brain between our limbic system and prefrontal cortex, which leads to procrastination. In simple terms, people believe procrastination is just laziness or incompetence, but it's actually linked to our biology. No wonder it's so hard to focus. There's a war going on in our head. On the other hand, a big misconception is that procrastination is actually helpful. Some people claim that they can work better under pressure. I had classmates who believed this too, and I also began to believe this. But is that really true? Do we really need to feel the pressure of upcoming deadlines to work better? In a 1997 study at Case Western Reserve University, it showed that students who procrastinated earned lower grades and reported higher levels of stress and illness compared to other students who didn't procrastinate. Along with this, there are more problems associated with procrastination. Some of the problems associated with procrastination are: number 1, losing precious time. Number 2, missing out on opportunities. Number 3, not meeting your goals. Number 4, ruining your career. Number 5, lower self-esteem. Number 6, poor decision making. Number 7, damaging reputation. And number 8, health risk. So if procrastination is associated with so many problems and if it's linked to our biology, does that mean we're doomed? Not at all. The good news is that we can work to keep making progress towards overcoming it. According to James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, here are some tips to beating procrastination. This is combining a good behavior for the long run which feels good in the short run. The format is only do things you love while doing things you procrastinate on. An example is only listen to audiobooks or podcasts you love while exercising. For me, I like to only listen to audiobooks or podcasts while I take a walk outside. It discourages me to skip out on my walks, which is an essential part of my day to refresh and re-energize myself. Bring in a friend to a task so that the consequences increases and you're less likely to skip out. You can also use a service called Stick, which gives your money to the charity you hate. My friend has been using that service and she refuses to pay up those $5. Psychologists call this commitment device, which assists in shaping future actions ahead of time. For example, you delete all the apps on your phone or computer to stop your future self from wasting time on it. If deleting is too extreme, you can try what I did, which was simply shut off all notifications and sounds during my focus session. And I also placed my phone far away from me. This involves writing down the 6 most important things you need to do to complete the next day. You prioritize the 6 by importance. Once tomorrow hits, you focus only on the first task before going down the list. Move any unfinished task to the next day and repeat this process. The rule is if the task takes less than 2 minutes, then do it now. Another rule is when starting a new habit, it should take less than 2 minutes to do. The rule ties to Sir Isaac Newton's law of inertia that states objects at rest stay at rest, and objects in motion stay in motion. This applies to us. When we start doing something, we'll be more likely to continue it. I usually scan through my to-do list and see which task can take less than 2 minutes. If it takes longer than that, then I'll just schedule a time block to tackle as many things on my to-do list. I also love to do this rule when it comes to abdominal exercises. I tell myself, just 2 minutes. Of course, those 2 minutes are the longest and most torturous 2 minutes of my life, but it encourages me to keep going. Overall, understanding the problems associated with procrastination can be a motivator to overcoming it. It's definitely not an easy process, but the key is to keep taking proactive steps to addressing the problem. You can also check out my other video on tips to overcome procrastination. I also posted a blog summary on this in the description below. Hopefully these tips help you say goodbye to procrastination forever. Thanks for watching.